Fuel is the energy source for your engine, and clean fuel is the key to the durability and reliability of your fuel system. Various kinds of contaminants, such as inorganic and organic particles, plus water, are an imminent threat to each fuel system, leading to increased operational cost and decreased uptime. Inferior and/or inappropriate fuel filtration, as well as a lack of regular scheduled servicing, can lead to costly damage of your fuel system components. Proper fuel filtration reduces component wear and maintains optimized fuel atomization and engine power. Water in fuel is a well-known issue, and the root causes are multiple. While free water is predominantly separated from fuel with most fuel water separators, emulsified water requires a much greater level of focus because it can cause severe harm to the fuel injection system components and yet is far more difficult to remove. In the following sequence, we would like to highlight the correct on-engine fuel filtration and fuel water separation servicing for a spin-on type filter. To validate if an on-engine fuel filter change is required, consult the equipment service manual. The service manual contains details regarding the timely and appropriate fuel filter change interval. Whenever a filter service is required, make sure the workshop is set up appropriately and the necessary tools and equipment are to hand to ensure the safe and smooth execution of this task. Always ensure you have the correct personal protective equipment available for the task in hand. The following setup and equipment, in order of need, are required for a fuel filter change. A filter removal wrench, a container for disposal of the used fuel, clean fuel from a known source for pre-filling of the new fuel filter, if required, cloth or wipers to clean up any excess or spilled fuel. The equipment manual contains the original equipment part numbers for all filtration parts, including fuel filters. The original equipment part number allows you to identify the correct Fleetguard product. Always verify by using the equipment service manual the original equipment part number, which allows you to cross-reference to a genuine Fleetguard quality filter that meets the product specifications of the original equipment manufacturer. To conveniently remove a metal on-engine spin-on fuel filter, use a standard filter removal wrench. The new generation of composite-type filters, like the Fleetguard user-friendly filter shown in this video, are designed with special hand grips that do not require a filter wrench for removal anymore. If the filter is too tight to remove by hand, a standard half-inch square drive can be inserted into the special socket in the flat base of these filters. Unscrew the fuel filter from the head and empty any residual fuel into the disposal container. After the filter is removed, make sure that any gaskets or seals are removed from the filter head or housing. Check the sealing surface of the filter head for damage and/or any remaining pieces of gasket or seal material. Before installing the new fuel filter, make sure that any gaskets or seals are present and correctly positioned. Then, look at the installation pictograms on the filter to validate if the filter requires pre-filling. Where the pictogram indicates pre-filling, obtain a sufficient amount of clean fuel from a reliable source to pre-fill the filter. To prevent contaminated fuel entering the clean side of the filter, always pre-fill the filter only through the outer openings. Note, the new generation of engines does not allow pre-fill anymore through the clean side of the filter. Pre-fill the filter up to the top. Finally, lubricate all gaskets and seals with clean fuel. Note, many engines are now equipped with priming pumps on the fuel system, which may be either manually or electrically operated. Where an engine is equipped with this type of unit, it's very important that all fuel filters on the engine are only primed using this device. Manual priming, pre-filling, must not be undertaken. Take the fuel filter, pre-filled where required, including all the necessary gaskets and seals, and screw the filter onto the filter head. Prior to that, always check the installation pictograms again to see how much tightening the filter requires. Most filters require 3/4 or 1, which means 3/4 of a turn after first gasket or seal contact with the head, or, in case a 1 is indicated on the pictogram, a full 360 degree of rotation after the point of first gasket or seal contact with the sealing surface of the filter head is required. Some filters have a series of arrows on the canister which are identified by letters to assist with this process. Important: the filter should only be screwed on by hand, and a filter removal wrench must never be used to tighten a filter. With the new Fleetguard composite type filters, such as user-friendly filter series, which have a flat dome and a special grip surface, no tool is required to apply the required torque anyway. It is very important that the correct amount of rotation after gasket or seal contact is achieved, otherwise the filter may leak. In the event that the correct amount of rotation cannot be achieved by hand, a special metal band clamp, which will not damage the canister, can be used for the final tightening phase of the operation. Once the filter is correctly installed, clean the outside of the new fuel filter with a cloth or wiper to remove any spilled fuel. Then start the engine and check for leaks. Finally, shut down the engine and clean the workplace. Make sure that the used filter is disposed of in an environmentally friendly manner. Verify that the fuel filter is due for change. Prepare the workplace. Verify the correct fuel filter is used. Remove the used fuel filter. Prepare the new fuel filter. Place the new fuel filter. Check for leakage and clean the workplace.